So Mike Greenberg came out with this. Well, there's this clip on YouTube of him talking on ESPN about the Giants, and I actually already watched this, but I wanted to watch it again and give you guys my opinion on what he says, because this is, uh, I guess you could call it a hot take, but at the same time, it's not. Um, you'll see though. So let's just get started with this.
Joe Judge, head coach, New York Giants, future NFC East champions. And by that, I mean 6 or so weeks from now. I think the Giants are going to win that division. The Eagles are in free fall and they're terrible and they look like they don't care. The Cowboys are in free fall and they're terrible and help is not on the way at the quarterback position. Washington is just unimaginably bad.
This division is just so bad, and honestly, it's probably the worst division in the league. It's usually just, it's usually a very close race, but at the same time, not a competitive one. Like a lot of the time, it's not rare for like at least three teams in the division to have a losing record.
They continue to find ways to lose games, and they need to figure out what they're going to do at quarterback long term. And then there are the Giants. Look at the improvement in the Giants from the beginning of the season till now.
Yeah, they have gotten better throughout the season, but they're still bad. They started off 0-4, 0-5, and then they ended up winning a game, lost another, won two in a row or something like that. Obviously, as you can see here, we're 3-7.
We were talking about their defense being historically bad at the beginning of the year. Defense looks a lot better now. We were talking about Daniel Jones, a turnover machine through much of his time there. Well, all of a sudden, he's not turning the ball over. And they're taking advantage of his ability to run. It's not just the big run he had against Philly 3 weeks ago and then the one yesterday. He's running for first downs. They're taking advantage of his athleticism. And they're finding some places to go with some receivers. Look, they're not good. The Giants are not a good team in any other division that we'd be talking about trying to get the first pick in the draft if you were the Giants. But in that...
I actually was hoping that they wouldn't pick Daniel Jones or any quarterback. I have not liked Daniel Jones since the day he was drafted, along with a lot of other people. I was hoping they'd just wait until 2021 and draft Trevor Lawrence.
That division where they could wind up something like, they literally could wind up winning that division at 6-10. I don't think that's out of the question.
That's sad.
You probably will have to get to 7-9. The Eagles, by virtue of the tie they have, will probably wind up getting to 6 wins and only 9 losses. So you'll probably have to get to 7-9, and that's probably a mountain too tall to climb for the Giants, but I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with them. And Rex is too. We had this conversation on TV this morning. I want you to hear Rex Ryan on the coach of the Giants, Joe Judge, because he, I think, has turned a little bit of a corner with that team. And look, it's too far to go to decide that he's going to be the Belichick disciple that works. Brian Flores in Miami, I think, has a leg up on that. But I like what I'm seeing from a coach whose team plays hard for him every single week. And he was Rex Ryan this morning talking about Joe Judge, the coach of the Giants.
I have not been a Joe Judge fan at all. Joe Badass and all that. That stinks. But I tell you what, he got my respect, and he earned his team's respect the night before the game. What he did was absolutely brilliant. He showed effort plays, hustle plays, passion, and he said, this is our football team. And to me, all of a sudden, the Giants came out a different team, like they could breathe a little bit. And it wasn't Joe Badass, it was Joe's one of us. And to me, that was huge, and his team's responding that way.
I'll tell you what. So my hashtag KOD is not that the Giants are going to win the division. I think they have a really good chance. I think they're the best team in the division. If you restarted the season and played it all now, they'd win it easily. They're by far the best team right now in the division, but they put themselves so far behind the 8 ball by looking so bad at the beginning of the year. But my hashtag KOD is this. I think they have a quarterback. All this talk about which teams would give up on the young quarterback that they have if they found themselves in a position to get another one. Would the Giants, would the Jets, would the Dolphins, would the Cowboys, if they wind up in a position to draft one of the quarterbacks? I believe Daniel Jones is a quarterback. I think they've got it. I think they've got him. If they find themselves in a position to trade back, they should. I don't think they will, because there's only 2 quarterbacks in this draft people will kill themselves for, and the Giants are going to be not going to be picking high enough to get either one. But my hashtag KOD is for their quarterback, because I think he's good. I think they have a quarterback.
I still don't like Daniel Jones really. I know some people at the end of his rookie season were like, "Oh shoot, he actually kind of had a decent season, better than a lot of people thought he would." And there was a lot of people who also were saying, "Nah, he's still bad." I don't see how you could say that he had a good rookie season. After this video, I want to show you guys his stats and compare, because it just shows that, at least for now, he's still not a very good quarterback. So I'm not sure Greeny really sees in him, but let's just continue with this.
I think they just need a little patience. They got a coach who I think the team likes playing
Every team in this division needs a lot of patience.
for. I'm impressed with what I see there. The rest of the division is a catastrophe. All right, Greeny with you, presented by Progressive Insurance, my guest on the Shell Pennzoil Performance Line. And then it comes back to the tie. The tie that the Eagles had earlier this season. The tie that their head coach, Doug Peterson, was willing to accept late in an overtime against Cincinnati. And everybody was crushing him for it. You can't play for a tie. I'd rather lose than tie. Look at the freaking standings now and tell me you can still say that with a straight face. I said it then, and I'll say it again. There are 3 possible outcomes of a football game. Winning is better than tying, and tying is better than losing. And I'm telling you right now, if the Eagles are going to make the playoffs this year, which at the end of the day is the goal, it will be because of the tie. It will absolutely be because of the tie. And so when I was pounding the table about this 2 months ago, I was right, and I'm still right. And the next time it comes up, I'll be right again.
There was actually a comment I saw earlier. I'll see if I can find it. This is it. People are forgetting that Daniel Jones lost Saquon Barkley. This is basically defending Daniel Jones. That's true. He did lose Saquon. That's a huge hit to not only Daniel Jones, but the whole team. Arguably the worst O-line in the league. Yeah, that's true too. It's been like that for years now. I don't know why the Giants just don't draft like only O-line. Mediocre wide receivers. Pretty much ever since we traded OBJ, our wide receivers have not been what they used to be. It's not, I don't know. We have a few like wide receivers that are better than average, but as collectively mediocre, yeah, okay, fair enough. A new coaching staff, yeah. So I mean, this person's trying to defend Daniel Jones, and he makes good points. But let's look at Daniel Jones' stats for a second. Football Reference. Okay, we're going to compare this season to last season. I know the season isn't over yet, but I'm still going to compare. So, last season, he played 13 games, started 12 of them. I think this means QB record. Yep. He was 3-9. So, in those 13 games, he threw 24 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. This year, he's played 10 games so far, 3-7, and he has only thrown 8 touchdown passes, 3 times less than the amount of touchdown passes he threw last year, and he only played 3 more games last year than he did this year. That's so bad. Honestly, it's really painful to watch the Giants, because it's just like, I feel like you just never see Daniel Jones throw a touchdown pass. Like, it's literally a rarity. Like, sometimes he just goes games without a single touchdown pass. There was a game that they won the other week with where he didn't throw a single touchdown pass. Somehow the Giants still won. I'm not expecting you to get a touchdown pass every single game. Like, only the elite quarterbacks can do that. Um, but like he goes too often without one. And has Daniel Jones ever even thrown three or more touchdown passes in one game? I don't know. I know this is only a sophomore season, but and then 9 interceptions, only three less than last year, and you've only played three less games. That's bad. I I don't really think Daniel Jones is getting much better. I appreciate that Greeny thinks we have like it basically sounds like he thinks we have the best future out of any other team in our division, which I appreciate. But I mean, I don't know, man. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.